Guys, I wanted to cover sleep today, and the feeling is the secret basically, and I want to make sure that everybody knows, and I want to emphasize this point greatly in this video, to make sure that you go to sleep at night feeling your wish fulfilled, feeling great, feeling awesome, feeling successful, feeling abundant, feeling great about everything in your life, even if it's not. All right, you got to disentangle your mind from everything that's happening, even if there's negative things happening. Before you go to sleep, take that 30 minutes and recreate an event that implies your wish fulfilled, of something great happening to you, whatever that may be, how specific you want it to be, but do it before you go to sleep. And do not go to sleep ever feeling fear, feeling anger, hostility, anything like that. Do not go to sleep feeling anything but abundance and success. That's it. That's all you got to do. And I wanted to emphasize that point and read out of this book, Nebilgoda's book, Sleep, because it covers it greatly. And I've read this chapter 10,000 times, and I love it. And every time I read it, I get something different out of it. And I want to share it with you guys so you guys can read this, or just turn on this video anytime and listen to this chapter being read to you. All right, sleep. The life that occupies 1/3 of our stay on earth is the natural door into the subconscious. So it is with sleep that we are now concerned. The conscious 2/3 of our life on earth is measured by the degree of attention we give sleep. Our understanding of and delight in what sleep has to bestow will cause us night after night to set out for it as though we were keeping an appointment with a lover. All right, so guys, when you go to sleep at night, I want you to cherish sleep. I want you to go into the chamber of sleep, the subconscious, just feeling as in a state of awe, and that you're actually meeting your lover, of sleep, of the subconscious, and you're taking that feeling into sleep. And that in itself can cause great things to come into your life. Just go into sleep, just being grateful and happy and love, and just be with an abundance of love in your heart and in your mind. Okay, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep calleth upon men, in slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. Job 33. It is in sleep and in prayer, a state akin to sleep, that man enters the subconscious to make his impressions and receive his instructions. In these states, the conscious and subconscious are creatively joined. The male and female become one flesh. Sleep is the time when the male or conscious mind turns from the world of sense to seek its lover or subconscious self. The subconscious, unlike the woman of the world who marries her husband to change him, has no desire to change the conscious, waking self, but loves it as it is, and faithfully reproduces its likeness in the outer world of form. The conditions and events of your life are your children, formed from the molds of your subconscious impressions in sleep. They are made, they are made in the image and likeness of your innermost feeling, that they may reveal you to yourself. As in heaven, so on earth. As in the subconscious, so on earth. Whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective except your failure to feel that you are already that which you desire to be, or that you are already in possession of the thing sought. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. The unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious, because all things come from within yourself, and your conception of yourself determines that which comes. You should always feel the wish fulfilled before you drop off to sleep. You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are. So that's why it's so important, guys, with the changing of the conception, because you draw out of the deep what you are, not what you want. All right. You never draw out of the deep of yourself that which you want. You always draw that which you are. And you are that which you feel yourself to be, as well as that which you feel as true of others. I will get into that in further chapters, guys. I want to emphasize that too, about feeling how you feel about others. Okay, feel of true of others. To be realized then, the wish must be resolved into the feeling of being or having or witnessing the state sought. This is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish realized? Is the feeling which should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or have before you drop off to sleep. Once asleep, man has no freedom of choice. His entire slumber, I love this part, his entire slumber is dominated by his last waking concept of self. It follows, therefore, that he should always assume the feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction before he retires in sleep. Come before me and with singing and thanksgiving. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Your mood prior to sleep defines your state of consciousness as you enter into the presence of your everlasting lover, the subconscious. She sees you exactly as you feel yourself to be. If, as you prepare for sleep, you assume and maintain the consciousness of success by feeling I am successful, you must be successful. Lie flat on your back with your head on a level with your body. Feel as you would were you in possession of your wish and quietly relax into unconsciousness. He that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Nevertheless, he giveth his beloved sleep. The subconscious never sleeps. Sleep is the door through which the consciousness waking mind passes to be creatively joined to the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative act while the objective world reveals it. In sleep, man impresses the subconscious with his conception of himself. What more beautiful description of this romance of the conscious and the subconscious is there than is told in the Song of Solomon? By night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I found him whom my soul loveth and held him, and I wouldn't let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. Preparing to sleep, you must feel yourself into the state of the answered wish and then relax into unconsciousness. Your realized wish is he whom you seek. By night on your bed you seek the feeling of the wish fulfilled, that you may take it with you unto the chamber of her that conceives you, into sleep, or the subconscious which gave her you form, that this wish also may be given expression. This is the way to discover and conduct your wishes into the subconscious. Feel yourself in the state of the realized wish and quietly drop off to sleep. Okay, night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested. I'm going to read that again. Night after night, you should assume the feeling of being, having, and witnessing that which you seek to be, possess, and see manifested into your life. Never go to sleep feeling discouraged or dissatisfied. Never sleep in the consciousness of failure. Your subconscious, whose natural state is sleep, sees you as you believe yourself to be. And whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, the subconscious will faithfully embody your belief. As you feel so, do you impress her. And she, the perfect lover, gives form to those expressions and outpictures them as the children of her beloved. Thou art all fair, my love. There is no spot in them, is the attitude of mind to adopt before dropping off to sleep. Disregard appearances and feel that things are as you wish them to be. For he calleth things that are not seen as though they were, and the unseen becomes seen. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. All right, I'm gonna read that again. To assume the feeling of satisfaction is to call conditions into being which will mirror satisfaction. Signs follow, they do not precede. Proof that you are will follow. The consciousness that you are, it will not precede it, guys. You are an eternal dreamer dreaming non-eternal dreams. Your dreams take form as you assume the feeling of their reality. Do not limit yourself to your past. Knowing that nothing is impossible to consciousness, begin to imagine states beyond the experience of the past. Whatever the mind of man can imagine, man can realize. All objective, visible states were first subjective invisible states, and you called them into visible states by assuming the feeling of their reality. The creative process is first imagining and then believing the state imagined. Always imagine and expect the best. The world cannot change until you change your conception of it. As within, so without. Nations as well as people are only what you believe them to be. No matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns, you have no one to change but yourself. I want to read that again. This is something that really changed my life. No matter what the problem is, no matter where it is, no matter whom it concerns, you have no one to change but yourself. And you have neither opponent nor helper in bringing about the change within yourself. You have nothing to do but convince yourself. Nothing to do but convince yourself of the truth that which you desire to be manifested. As soon as you succeed in convincing yourself of the reality of the state sought, results follow to confirm your fixed belief. You never suggest to another the state which you desire to see him express. Instead, you convince yourself that he is already that which you desire him to be. So if you want to change somebody, you don't go up to that person and you don't say, I want you to change, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I want you to stop what you're doing. No, you go into your imaginary act and you play out a scene of this person doing what you want them to do. Instead of telling them, all you have to do is change within you, because everything is you pushed out. So if you want to change anything on the exterior world, you go into the interior, the subjective mind, and you've changed it within in your imaginary acts. You change the person in your imaginary act, and you replay it and replay it. That's what changes the person. Not actually going to the person, because then you have to disregard appearances, guys. You have to go within. Okay. Realization of your wish is accomplished by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You cannot fail unless you fail to convince yourself of the reality of your wish. A change of belief is confirmed by a change of expression. Every night as you drop off to sleep, feel satisfied and spotless. For your subjective lover always forms the objective world in the image and likeness of your conception of it. The conception defined by your feeling. The waking 2/3 of your life on earth ever corroborate or bears witness to your subconscious impressions. The actions and events of the day are effects. They are not causes. Free will is only freedom of choice. Choose ye this day whom ye shall serve. It's your freedom to choose the kind of mood you assume. But the expression of the mood is the secret of the subconscious. The subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in any way known only to itself gives these expressions or impressions form and expression. The actions of man are determined by his subconscious impressions. His illusion of free will, his belief in freedom of action, is but ignorance of the causes which make him act. He thinks himself free because he has forgotten the link between himself and the event. Man awake is under the compulsion to express his subconscious impressions. If in the past he unwisely impressed himself, then let him begin to change his thought and feeling, for only as he does so he change his world. Do not waste 1 minute in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself, guys. Let the dead bury the dead. Let the dead bury the dead. I love this saying right here. Do not waste 1 moment in regret, guys, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself, like it was quoted in the Bible. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours, were you already the one you wish to be. Feeling a state produces that state. The part you play on the world stage is determined by your conception of yourself. By feeling your wish fulfilled and quietly relaxing into the sleep, you cast yourself in a star role to be played on earth tomorrow. And while asleep, you are rehearsed and instructed in your part. The acceptance of the end automatically wills the means of realization. Make no mistake about this. If as you prepare for sleep, you do not constantly fill yourself into the state of the answered wish, then you will take with you into the chamber of her who conceived you the sum total of the reactions and feelings of the waking day. So if you go into sleep, just drift right into sleep, don't think about anything, just taking all the actions and everything that happened to you throughout the day into your sleep, you fall asleep without consciously taking control of your thoughts. That's what's going to recreate your life all the time, what you actually went through during the day and the events that took place. But you can change it, and that's what sleep does. That's what the subconscious does. Whatever feeling you take into the subconscious realm is going to be mirrored into your 3D world, and you can change those feelings before you go to sleep, but you have to consciously do it with discipline and practice. Okay. You will rise believing that you are a free agent, not realizing that every action and event of the day is predetermined by your concept of self as you fall asleep. Your only freedom then is your freedom of reaction. You are free to choose how you feel and react to the day's drama, but the drama, the actions, events, and circumstances of the day have already been determined. Unless you consciously and purposely define the attitude of mind which you go to sleep in, you unconsciously go to sleep in the composite attitude of mind made up of all the feelings and the reactions of the day. Every reaction makes a subconscious impression, and unless counteracted by an opposite and more dominant feeling, is the cause of future action. So what you fall asleep with, guys, is the most important and vital piece to your life and your success and abundance. Okay, ideas enveloped in feeling are creative actions. Use your divine right wisely. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. While you are awake, you are a gardener selecting seed for your garden. But except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. Your conception of yourself as you fall asleep is the seed you drop into the ground of the subconscious. Dropping off to sleep, feeling satisfied and happy, compels conditions and events to appear in your world which confirm these attitudes of mind. Sleep is the door into heaven. What you take in as feeling, you bring out as a condition, action, or object in space. So sleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as in consciousness, and so on earth. All right, I love that, guys. One of my favorite chapters of all time. Yours truly, Neville Goddard, guys, and I just want to thank all you guys out there, and have a good day, and give me one thing you're grateful for, guys. All right, love you.